Welcome to episode 1 of the behind the scenes series of my short film, Coming Home. Hey everyone, Camber here, back with you, and today we're talking about starting the filmmaking process by coming up with an idea for a story. And if you're new here, this channel is all about teaching you how to use your camera to make good videos, so consider subscribing. Oh, and if you haven't seen the film yet, go to my other page, Camber Films, check out the video, and then come back here to watch the behind the scenes series. It's always been helpful for me to see behind the scenes footage of films to help me understand the reasons behind why things were filmed the way they were. And if you did the same thing, let me know down in the comments below. And so with this short film, I wanted to make a behind the scenes documentary of how I went about filming from the concept stages all the way through exporting and sharing the video. But one of the hardest parts of the process is coming up with an idea for your film. But once you do get that idea, it's typically going to be stuck in your head until you start the filming process. And so when you are trying to come up with ideas, one of the easiest things to do is just pick a subject that you already know a lot about and then find a way to make it relatable. And that's what I did with this film. I travel a lot with my job and I miss my family because I have to be away from them. And family is something that's relatable to everyone. And so there I had my basic concept of being away from family and coming home to see them. And then I figured the easiest way to convey this message that a lot of people could relate to and understand is coming home from a long deployment. So now once you get started, it's really easy to start getting all these grand ideas of locations and shots for your film. You'll imagine your film being this great blockbuster because of these great ideas you have, but really all you have is this location and then this type of gear and no crew. I can't tell you how many times I've done this, so let me know down in the comments if you've done the same thing. But something to keep in mind is if you keep waiting for the right gear or make it super complicated with tons of locations and lots of actors, then chances are you're just going to keep putting it off because you think you need to have the best of everything before you start filming, and then it'll never get done. And that's what happened to me with this film because I originally had the idea for it about 5 years ago, and I was trying to set up this massive shoot with over 100 people involved, so it would look like a lot of people were getting back from a deployment, and the whole thing would just look more grand. And I shelved it for about 4 years because I kept feeling like I needed the next best thing to make it look the best that it possibly could. And what I eventually did was adapted it to work for me so that I could still film it with minimal people while still conveying the central message. And this is really important to understand because at my experience level 5 years ago, even if I had pulled off the logistics of that big shoot, I really doubt the footage would have turned out very well because my experience level wasn't very high. So what you need to do, especially when starting out, is to try to plan films that you can shoot solo and possibly in one day so that you can make mistakes on those small projects. Then when you get to your bigger projects, you'll have learned from that and then you'll know what you're doing, people will trust you, and your films will turn out way better. So once you have your film concept worked out, the next step in the process for me is determining how many locations and actors I need in order to make the film work. And then I start working on a shot list and plan out a shooting schedule, which will all be covered in episode 2, so stay tuned, and I'll see you soon.